Yo, what's good, YouTube? What's up, PlayStation Nation? It's your boy Jay Barry, man. I'm back with another video, giving you greatness once again, which is the PlayStation Nation, which is the PlayStation 4. And for those of you guys that are not in the PlayStation Nation All-Star Facebook group, please go over there and join. Let's search on Facebook PlayStation Nation All-Stars, send a request, and one of the admins will add you up in the group. And yeah, man, just get ready to have some fun, show how it's done. The PlayStation Nation All-Star Facebook group. people don't know where that comes from, that whole show how it's done thing, because they're not old enough to remember TGIF on Channel 7, you know, with Steve Urkel, Full House. Yeah, I call Family Matters Steve Urkel. But anyway, let's get to the video. Because we got to talk about this biased media. You know what I mean? This the hotness right now that's going on in the gaming community, man. Because everybody's biased. If you are IGN, if you're GameStop, or Spots, my bad. If you're Kotaku, or whatever, how you say the name? Kotaku. If you're any of those websites, those bigger websites, or you are biased because you have an opinion about Xbox, or you know what I mean, you don't praise Xbox as much as these fanboys of the Xbox praise the Xbox. You know what I mean? If you don't talk about Xbox in a certain way, you are considered biased media. You know what I mean? Because the Xbox fanboys dictate how news is supposed to be delivered. You know what I mean? Because they are not biased. The Xbox fanboys aren't biased, so they depict how these websites should display their news, because you gotta have Xbox in a good light, man. You know, if you don't have Xbox in a good light, you are biased. Okay, you know what I mean? If you have an opinion that the PlayStation 4 or the Wii U is better than the Xbox One in some way, you are biased. If you like the PlayStation 4 games more than the Xbox One, you are biased, and you can't speak about that. You can't speak about that. If you like the PlayStation 4 better and the games on the PlayStation 4 better, and you're a big website, keep that to yourself. Don't say it, okay? Because you will be labeled as biased media. You cannot have an opinion about these consoles if it's not favoring the set fanboy, because that's pretty much what these websites have to cater to. You know what I mean? They're not trying to cater to, you know, actual gamers, or they're not trying to cater to, you know, actual people that's trying to get interested in games. They got to cater to the fanboy of the gaming community, because if the fanboy isn't happy, then please believe it, they will hunt you down with the pitchforks and stakes and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's just crazy that the older gamers get, the more immature they are. You know what I mean? You remember, cause I'm gonna take it back. When I was a little kid, I used to argue down about video games and consoles, and you know, things like that, like in the cafeteria room or on the playground. You know what I mean? If I played Sonic the Hedgehog and then somebody played Mario or whatever, you know, we'll have debates and little arguments like, nah, Sonic is better and why, or Mario is better and this is why, or certain other why the Sega is better because the controller, or you know, little things. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like, I remember I had friends where they didn't have like a Sega, and they were like, yo Barry, yo, can I borrow your Sega Genesis? You know what I mean? And we would just have like an argument, you know what I mean, about him favoring Nintendo, but he wanted to play that Sega Genesis. You know what I mean? And it doesn't seem like with matter of fact, with this generation, it seems like, yo, if you are on that one side of things, yo, you gotta stick on that one side of things. Like, I love PlayStation, don't get it twisted, but this generation, I was like, yo, nah, I'm going to give Xbox a chance, because I don't want to miss out on a lot of the games that the Xbox had, like the 360. You know what I mean? I just don't want to confine myself to one console like that. Even though majority of my gameplay is on the PlayStation 4, I can't leave myself out the loop like that when it comes to video games with the Xbox One. You know what I mean? Especially when I'm getting older, I'm like, no, I'm not about that whole, oh, PlayStation ride or die. I mean, I am PlayStation ride or die, but it's just like you getting older, man. So it's time to mature a little bit. You know what I mean? And it seems like some of these fanboys is like the older they get, the less mature they are, because they screaming this biased media crap. It's just the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like, people forgot about the whole PS3 and the 360. You know what I mean? Like, the PS3 and the 360, especially in America, the whole generation was favored by the Xbox One. I mean, the Xbox 360. You know what I mean? Like, as far as game performances, sales, all that stuff that people hate to talk about now, resolution, the Xbox One seemed to be favored in all those categories in America last generation, and people seem to forget that. And nobody was screaming biased media then, but as soon as like PlayStation get back to its number one spot, it's all about biased media. You know what I mean? And I don't understand why people keep screaming this biased media, because it's not like PlayStation is not doing what they're supposed to do out here. You know what I mean? PlayStation, they dropping a whole bunch of games. Look at that. Look at February alone. How is it biased media? Is the media not supposed to talk about the games that's coming out for PlayStation? Are they not supposed to review the games that's coming out for PlayStation in February? Like, what's going on here? You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of things that is going on when it comes to PlayStation and PS4, and you know, the media, the gaming outlets, they gotta report this stuff. You know what I mean? Because the PlayStation this generation is the de facto console. You know what I mean? It is the console where everybody is playing their games. You know what I mean? And that just comes with the territory of the media putting that information out there to the more popular console. You know what I mean? And it might look like it's being biased, but it's really not. It's just this is what is generating clicks, and the media gotta get their money as well. You know what I mean? The media gotta, these websites is not free to publish these articles and have these people dedicate their lives to writing on their website. You know what I'm saying? It costs money. And yes, you're gonna see PlayStation, a lot of PlayStation news, because that's what people are playing. That's the more popular console right now. I'm not saying that Xbox is not being reported, because there's a lot of news being reported on Xbox, and people might seem like it's biased because it's not always the best news for Xbox. But that's not the media's fault. That's not the media's fault. You know what I'm saying? If games getting canceled over there and all that other stuff, that's not the media's fault. You know what I mean? So people need to stop screaming this whole biased media crap, because it sounds really dumb. You know, it's just you gotta accept it that PlayStation is doing more, and it is the better console. Plain and simple, man. That's as cold-hearted as that sound. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is, and people just gotta accept it. Stop being so sensitive and so immature. You know what I mean? Especially these older guys. Just stop it, man. Stop it, because you cannot be screaming biased media when you are biased yourself. You know what I mean? Some of these people dedicate their channels due to the fact that the media is favoring the PS4 or something like that, and they want to be the counterpart, but then they want to scream biased media. But let me know in the comment section how you feel, man, about this whole biased media crap. Is it true? Is it not true? Let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, man, hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. It's your boy Jay Bari, and I'm gone. Deuces.